shocking news came from Silverstone. Claudio Domenicali, Ducati's CEO, made an astonishing statement to Marc Marquez, the team's savior, after his heroic performance on a wet and challenging track that successfully brought Ducati to a dramatic podium. This extraordinary moment saved the team's reputation and proved Marquez's mentality as one of the greatest racers of all time. So, what exactly did Domenicali say to Marquez? Let's discuss it. The MotoGP Silverstone circuit is one of the most iconic and demanding circuits on the racing calendar. Amidst the unpredictable British weather, Ducati was on the brink of disaster. However, amidst the pressure and chaos, one name emerged as a savior: Marc Marquez. The race began with high tension. Marquez started the race in fourth place, right behind pole-sitter Fabio Quartararo. As soon as the starting lights went out, the competition heated up. Marquez quickly shot to the front, leading the pack through the early corners while being closely followed by Francesco Bagnaia, Pecco, and Quartararo. However, everything changed drastically on the second lap. At turn 16, Marquez's rear tire lost traction during hard braking. He skidded and his body was dragged along with the Ducati Desmacedesi GP25. This shocking moment shook the fans and forced race direction to wave the red flag due to a series of incidents involving Alex Marquez. The race was temporarily stopped. Many thought Marquez's mental strength would crumble, but they forgot one thing. He is Marc Marquez, an 8-time world champion known for his fighting spirit. After returning to the paddock, Marquez wasted no time. He analyzed his mistakes, spoke briefly with the technical team, regained his focus, and prepared for the restart with 19 laps remaining. As soon as the race restarted, Marquez immediately stepped on the gas. However, the drama was not over. On the second lap, both Marquez and Bagnaia went wide at a crucial corner due to unstable tire grip. Pecco lost many positions and finally crashed on the fourth lap. Marquez was thrown to ninth position as well. Tense faces began to appear in the Ducati garage. With Bagnaia out of the race and the other Ducati riders struggling, the responsibility to uphold the honor of the red team fell entirely on Marquez. There was no one else to rely on. Slowly but surely, Marquez began creating miracles, overtaking the riders in front of him one by one with the calm and precision of a world champion. He rose from ninth to sixth position and continued to force his way to fifth. But the real challenge lay ahead. Franco Morbidelli of the VR46 racing team had secured third place with a consistent performance throughout the race. Marquez knew his next target was clear: the podium. The last lap became the setting for an epic duel that thrilled the heart. Drawing on his experience, courage, and nearly unrivaled racing instinct, Marquez pushed his Ducati Desmacedesi beyond its physical and technical limits. In the final sector, he took the riskiest line, cutting inside Morbidelli and forcing a wheel-to-wheel battle that made spectators' hearts stop for a moment. The two riders went head-to-head, pushing each other to the limit. In the end, Marquez crossed the finish line inches ahead of Morbidelli, with a slight edge and incredible determination. It wasn't just a fight for the podium, it was a fight for honor, a fight for Ducati itself. As the checkered flag flew at Silverstone, the Ducati garage erupted in euphoria. The mechanics hugged, the team managers cheered, and all eyes were on one man, Marc Marquez. In the corner of the garage, Ducati CEO Claudio Domenicali stood with a beaming smile on his face and slightly watery eyes. For the man who led Ducati from the darkest of times to glory, Marquez's achievement today meant more than just a podium finish. Marc Marquez saved our honor today, Domenicali said in a trembling voice, trying to contain his emotions. Not just because he made it to the podium, but because he showed the world the true spirit of Ducati, never giving up, never being afraid, and always fighting until the end, no matter what. Domenicali emphasized that this weekend was one of the worst for the factory team. Technical problems, inconsistent performance, and pressure from rivals left them in a vulnerable position. However, amidst these challenges, Marquez emerged as a hero. According to Domenicali, his presence proved that Ducati's decision to recruit Marquez was not just a marketing move or a crazy experiment. This is the right step, a brave decision that is starting to produce real results, he said firmly. Ducati course general manager Gigi Dall'Igna also expressed his admiration for Marquez's extraordinary performance. In an emotional speech, Dall'Igna praised the rider from Cervera as an extraordinary figure, both mentally and physically strong. What Marc did today was truly extraordinary. He crashed, got injured, returned to the track in less than perfect condition, and rose from 9th position to finish on the podium. There aren't many riders in the world with that kind of ability, even at the MotoGP level, Doligna said with reverence. Furthermore, Doligna called Marquez the anchor of Ducati, an important figure who kept this big ship from capsizing in the storm. When other teams were down and the outside pressure was increasing, Marc was the main stabilizer. We all know at Ducati that he is a different rider, with an aggressive style and racing instinct that doesn't always match our bike's character. But it is precisely from this difference that victories are born that other riders cannot achieve, he added. Doligna emphasized that Marquez's presence brought a new spirit to the team, providing inspiration even during the most challenging times. Marc is not just a fast rider, he is a true warrior. He has shown that a winning mentality and unwavering determination can make a big difference. He is truly the anchor of Ducati that we rely on. In contrast, the atmosphere on the other side of the garage was clear. Pecco Bagnaia sat alone with his head down and his eyes blankly staring at the floor. His face was gloomy and uninspired. The three-time world champion failed to finish after crashing on the 4th lap, a painful blow, and took home just 4 points from the sprint race. The bike is similar to last year's, but it works differently now, and we don't know why, Pecco complained in a bitter tone rarely heard from him. The frustration was palpable in every word. He openly admitted how disappointed he was with the Ducati Desmercedesi GP25's inconsistent performance, as if it were a puzzle yet to be solved by the engineers. In fact, Pecco admitted one thing that had probably only been whispered behind the scenes. Marc Márquez's podium finish had created the false impression that Ducati was doing well. Behind the scenes, however, the technical problems plaguing the team were mounting. If it weren't for Marc, Ducati would have left Silverstone without a podium. That would have been our first bad record in a long time, he said, taking a deep breath and emphasizing that he and the Ducati engineers would continue to work hard to find a solution. Despite being devastated, Pecco tried to maintain a positive attitude in public. I know I still have the potential to win. We will continue to fight, he said, trying to rekindle the passion that had almost disappeared from his face. Although his eyes were sad, his determination had clearly not faded. The weekend at Silverstone was more than just a dramatic race. It was a reflection of the harshness of the MotoGP world, from domination and frustration to loss of direction and the rise of a true gladiator. Marc Marquez managed to silence his doubters with extreme courage, proving that a steely mentality is more important than speed. On the other side was Francesco Bagnaia, Pecco, who, though down, remained honest in facing the bitter reality, an attitude showing the maturity of a champion. Amidst all the drama at Silverstone, a story of resilience, determination, and pride emerged that is hard to match. Ducati is still alive and has a true warrior on the front lines. Marc Marquez, the gladiator who never gives up, even in the most difficult situations. The question now is whether Ducati and Marquez can maintain this momentum in the next series, or if they will falter under the pressure of increasingly strong rivals. Write your opinion below.